Good morning. How are you? Welcome. How's your day going? Or how was your day? I don't know. I don't know. Also, Kane. Hi.
Kanamash's just resubscribed for 30 months. Eloy.
Thanks a lot for the resub for 30 months. 30! 30! Goddamn! Appreciate it. Welcome back. Afternoon-ish. I mean, yeah. Obviously. Past noon. But you know. Stony, hi. Ah! What did you say to me? What happened? Sorry, I just saw your messages. What the fuck happened? We have lights today. We have lights and it's not automated. Appreciate that. We're good. Not it matters, but you know, damn. God damn, I couldn't see like that emote specifically until I zoomed in. But from far away, I wouldn't have guessed. I don't know what I guessed, but I guessed wrong. Yeah, I know. I know that for you, Dad. That's what I thought could happen, might happen, shall have happened. It is sad, but at least if you're good now and home and all that, you know, that could be good. I don't know. I don't know enough. But yeah, no, like it looked like I don't know. I thought it was a bit of an alien with a bat. And you just see like a single eye alien with like 2 teeth at the bottom. Or mustache or something, I don't know. Why do you have no internet? That's a weird thing to me. I mean, you know, shit happens. I agree with that, but still. Don't use all your data on your phone. I see. It's really when it's small. That sounds weird. But when I'm looking at it from here in the chat section, it looks weird. And I just basically saw the thing as if it was like a bat, and the face as an eye and the body as a mustache, and then the whole toilet being like the head. I still see it, but it's weird. Okay, good. Stony, that's good. If your ISP's taking ownership off ownership, not really owning their mistake, that's a good thing. Doesn't happen often. Last month, my neighbor had a bit of an issue with her ISP, and I had to give her my codes. I created like a separate Wi-Fi from my box just in case. But yeah, I think it's too much detail for the emote, but also it's, I mean, these ones are also extremely detailed in a way, but again, the essence of it is pretty making a lot of sense. But yeah, I mean, emotes are complicated. It's not like the most complicated thing. It's just like thinking about spaces and sizes and all that, you know. Um, yeah, that's a good thing. Stony, that's a good thing. I have news, kinda, not really, in a way, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I'm testing out some new things. I've been testing out these things for the past 3 days, and this is creatine. If you are someone who goes to the gym or not even, creatine is good. They have a bit of a weird thing to them. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a me thing. I don't know if it's a normal thing. I don't know at all. But they do have some sort of if you've been working out for a while and you have taken pre-workout in the past, you have um, probably experienced the face tingling of pre-workout, which is like some of the cocaine and meth that is inside of the pre-workout that is just working on yourself, you know? It's not true, but that's what happens. This one kind of has the teeny tiny tingling thing. Um, I don't know if it's an allergy on my side that just makes my face tingly, which could happen, or if it's just something else. Anyways, I also took the protein today as a test, and it's pretty good. The discussion that we had with Kat some weeks ago was about the fact that some of the creatine that we had, which is Kat, welcome on in. That's exactly, you arrived right on time. The creatine that we had have like some sort of a flour texture. It's a bit dusty when you take it. And I'm dry scooping my creatine most of the time. And then I tried today the protein. It is pretty good, no texture or no weird texture. I took it with water, so that's pretty good. Marmalade, hi, welcome on. How are you? And so that's a pretty overall good experience so far. It is not the least expensive creatine protein that I have had, but but they have a massive sales on weekends, apparently. I don't know if it's a normal thing, but at least when I bought it, they had like something that went as down as 80% off on some things. So that's crazy. And if that's a recurring thing on a weekend, maybe, a pretty good thing, right? Pretty good thing. Anywho, I could recommend so far, pretty good. I don't know if these things are good. These are the dieting meal replacement thingy. I don't like these things too much. I like them, but I don't like them too much. But they are useful. These are the thing that I recommend any ADHD bitches to have at home, either from them or from another brand or whatever, but a meal replacement thing that will give you somewhere along the line of like 400 to 500 calories of intake in a liquid format. Because that way, even if you forgot to eat, you can just chug one of these and you have enough energy for the day and it's okay. So that's the reason. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, and they do have like a ton of discounts apparently. Like that's kind of crazy that they have the ability to do the 80% off, which means that even with 80%, they still have a massive enough margin to stay in business. So that's important. Um, and yeah, that's it's an interesting thing. I would say that. I would say that. Pretty good. So yeah, Cat, for the feedback and review of that specific thing, it is pretty good so far. The creatine is really dissolving fast. I think the best comparison that I can do is if you had cotton candy. I don't know. I never know how to say that. But yeah, cotton candy, when you put it on your tongue, it's just dissolve and it leaves a bit of a sugary texture afterward. And that dissolving is basically what that creatine is doing for me. It's basically just sugar and dissolve extremely fast. So that's why I kind of like it. I didn't really show you that, but 1 second. Where the fuck you at? There. I took the Berry Blast and the Blue Raspberry. They also have like a cola thing. I don't trust that. Just because it exists. These two don't really exist. These are gonna be chemical anyways. But this one is a thing that is supposed to exist. So if it doesn't taste the same as a cola, it should kind of be weird to me. Orange and tropical fruits, I don't know. But they do have some different sizes. And so you
Tech support just
um,
resubscribed for 3 months.
you
AAOA rolling eyes.
could have the different things. Tech support. Hi, welcome on in. How are you? How have you been? Thanks a lot for the resub. Appreciate that. 3 months. 3 months is good. It is. It is tech support. So yeah, so far the raspberry juice is the blue raspberry juice thingy is pretty good. The berry blast is what I have right now. It's fine. It's not the best, but it's fine. They do recommend it to me something that seems to be kind of a massive amount. They want you to take. I'm trying to zoom in and be in it. They recommend you to take 5 scoop per shake. So 5 scoops, they say it equates to like 20 grams, which I'm guessing it's the content of the powder that is 20 grams, which equates to about 5 grams of creatine, because that's the recommended amount. But, I don't know. So I'm doing 3-3, doing 2 shake a day, and doing 3-3, and that's fine. And it's pretty cheap for what it is. A 400-gram pack for creatine at least is $15. If you put that in euros, it's gonna be 18, but roughly $20, which I think is fine. It's a small enough amount, like a small enough bag to not spend too much. And yes, you can take it in a shake if you have like a protein shake. What the fuck is that? There. That took me a while. If you take like a protein shake from them, if you wanted to, and you just take a regular one, and you have some of the flavors that they have. I have the blueberry, obviously to match with the blue raspberry, mixing things together. I hate the chocolate ones, so I took the blueberry one, and I also took the salted caramel thingy, which is good. What do you mean still no help? Help for what? I haven't read your message yet. I saw something that you said about UI earlier, but I haven't haven't been there yet. But yeah, they have a ton of flavors for protein, which I appreciate it. And it's the same fucking price. So right now I have like one 600 grams for the protein and one 400 grams for the creatine. they could go together, and it's like $30. So I feel like it's fine. I think it's gonna be fine. It should be fine. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it tastes like ass. Anytime. Always. Forever. But you know, could work. Let me go back in chat for a second. Trying to start with UX, UI. I only do UI. A little bit of UX using programming with Tailwind. What do you mean by that? Cutting. What do you mean by that? No, yeah, I know what Tailwind is. This chat, active chatter thingy is made in Tailwind, and this chat spam battle thingy as well is also made in Tailwind. So, yeah. But you said you're trying to start UX UI. What do you mean by that? That's the question. That is going to be the question. Manu, hi, welcome in. It's time for the app hours? Yes, it is. It is. That is true. That is true. Have a good look. I think it was Figma making some project, but I don't know where to start. Haven't you seen the UX, the laws of UX that I shared last stream, basically? Because that is where you need to start. Adobe XD is not necessary to learn right now. It's basically going to be sunsetted. I mean, they said that and it's still up, so I don't know. But when they tried to acquire Figma and they failed, they then, when they were succeeding, they were basically removing XD from the lineup and replacing it with Figma in their heads. And then the deal didn't go through, and therefore they just stayed in pushing out XD and not updating it, changing it, making it better. So, yeah, learning XD is a bit of a waste of time right now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Cool. I feel like I have code back on chat, which is impressive. But yeah, no, if you really want to start, this is gonna be kind of the best option, or the best thing you would have anywhere so far as of today. This is the best platform for UX if you want to learn UX. It's just the laws of UX, which again, laws are there to be known and broken further down the line, but at least you need to know and learn what they are, or understand what they are. But that's the main website. That's the main thing that I would recommend you to just have a look at. Read the entire thing, go in there, find something that is interesting, go further reading articles that they have. There is plenty of them, so you have a ton of content to read. But at least understand the basics of each law. The thing that I said every time is that the name, useless. They give you nothing. Unless you want to just show off to like a CEO's meeting and you stand out like a name, the name of a law. Some people are like, oh damn, he knows that. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's not even a buzzword because no one would know what the Tesla's law is, who Tesla's is in the first place. So I don't think it would be flexing much I think the one of the most known one is the Fitzlow. Fitzlow is really known for some reason, and Hickslow as well. And then the other one, I really much prefer the one that have name that makes sense, as in the law of similarity. What is it about? Things that are similar. Who would have thought? I don't know, but it's in the name, so that makes more sense than Fitzlow or Hickslow. That just makes no fucking sense for anyone. So that. But yeah, learn that, and then once you have read everything, understood everything, seen everything in context, the one that we have every time is the law of proximity because the example is the best option. Once you understand that when you're looking at something on the internet, it is, or you have the law of proximity 99% of the time when you're building UI, combined with the law of similarity, both of these are the most, I think, common things put in place. And once you understand what they are and how to find them, you can just go on whatever website you use for um, inspiration. And I don't know, let's say dashboard for no reason. And you look at web design for dashboard, and maybe you want to say that this is interesting to you, whatever. Here, you can put in practice your understanding of the laws. So these cards right there, these two specific ones are the law of similarity because they look together. And then because of the borders that they have, you understand that the content of each card is together. And then that these three cards are in one singular layout at the top. And that these two things, because they have the same width, similarity wise and proximity wise, that happens to be in the law of proximity. There's a divider for this thing, so this might not be the easiest or the best example because it has a lot of lines that tells you exactly where things are, but you can really easily put things in place in your head to say, oh, these things work together based on what you've learned here. So all that, right? Learn that, and then um, learn that. Go there in that website specifically, and God damn it, there, and then go there, which is another website, pretty useful website that contains everything. So if you want to learn about typography or have some fonts and typography things, you go in the typography section. You will see things that are paid, things that are free. Most of these are free for now. And then if you want to learn stuff specifically, you go into the learning section. You look at the paid option, the websites option. Most of the websites are going to be free, specifically the best practices. Um, and it's pretty good. If you just want things that are fun, psychology and design, the case studies and that entire website is really pretty impressive, but it is on the Tools of Design website, so I'm not gonna relink it. But they do have like a pretty interesting overall design for their own website, which I like a lot. It's kind of fun, and yeah. Also, Stoney side note, if you can see that, similar thing that I said on last stream, the tags being grayed out, and then on hover we have the colors. That helps a lot for focusing the attention of the users. But yeah, these cards are really good, really cool, and they are pretty simple to put in place. The mouse tracking is pretty simple for a Framer user. In code directly, I don't know. I have no knowledge. But yeah. Nonetheless, much of the content that is in there is going to be pretty good, and much of the understanding and presentation that they have in there explains everything in a way that makes a lot of sense. So it's a really not interactive, but like attractive and attracting presentations every time. So I do like that a lot in their presentation. They still have like things that I wouldn't do, but still, like that entire thing is really good. So could highly recommend that website. Nonetheless, it's there. Psychology of Design in the main page. All of the other things are pretty good as well, and could highly recommend you to just go in there, spend a day, a week, a month looking at all the websites, finding the one that works with you, because sometimes you may find something and say, oh, these are weirdly presented, and I don't really like Flora. Hi, welcome on in. I don't really like how they are talking about things. And they don't really explain much other than, oh, this is the Giphy, Jiffy, alert on drag, or alert on drag and drop. Eh, eh. Is it good? Is it not good? I don't know. That GIF here is kind of bad in terms of visualizing it. It's tiny. I don't see the details. I don't know what happens, all of that. So maybe that website specifically doesn't work for you and you would rather go into this one. I don't know. I don't know these two ones specifically. But maybe, maybe. Every time it's a maybe thing. So you just need to explore and test out stuff. Figma is a thing that I teach. So if you have questions, just ask them here. It's the easiest way for you to learn. Figma is extremely simple. So it teaches itself to a degree. Yes, I would say that. It's if you've been a dev for a while and you enjoy doing things in dev work. Gothic, hi, welcome in. I don't think Figma is good. Like if you have dev knowledge, I think Figma is a bad tool. If you have no dev knowledge and you are just in the design phase, I think Figma is a great tool. But like if you know how to do stuff in dev, it's sometimes easier and faster to do like a prototype in Tailwind, in the playground that they have, and it just easier to just go on playground, do something, use Tailwind components, and then be happy with it, rather than attempt to do that in Figma, try to do all of the processing inside of Figma that could be done in like 3 lines. Flora, are you mostly a designer and then you became a dev, or were you a dev and now you're coming designer? Like which way did Gen X? Hi, welcome in. How many years before front-end developer is not human work title anymore? I think 1 to 5 years. 1 to 5 years is probably the time zone before like front-end dev, or let me say that again, entry-level front-end dev go away. 1 to 5 years, roughly. I think the current state of some of the tools that exist, some of the assistants that exist that help people to build things, are basically giving me as a designer the ability to build an app from scratch with no understanding of Swift UI right now. I have made two of them, and two of them because I trashed the first one and then I'm doing it again. But still, I'm doing that with no knowledge. I'm just using Claude and ChatGPT to help me figure out the bugs. I just paste the console outputs and it gives me a fix and it fixes it for me, and then I apply the fixes and it works, and then I just say, well, let's make that this way, and it works. And I don't think I really need like a dev. I mean, I would be faster for sure, but right now I don't think I would. Yeah. So that's the state of AI and assistant right now in the early stage. So 1 to 5 years, I feel like that's gonna be the timeline for most of the entry level things to be replaced by not a human. And the human titles are going to be the people that know why things are not working and can troubleshoot and or find more um, elegant way of doing the things. But yeah, also Hugo, hi, what's going on? Yeah, that's a topic that I wanted to talk about today because Meng is a designer developer person, has made an entire course on like learning how to code for Swift specifically. And this app that is showcasing in that video is built entirely with Claude and Cursor AI or Cursor VS Code overlay thingy. But that entire thing, as you can see, design wise, is pretty good. Like visually speaking, it's pretty good, and that's because Meng specifically is a dev slash designer or designer slash dev. I don't know in which way he went to the thing. Whatever, not an important point. Um, but he had the ability to do that in like I think a week or 2 weeks or something. And it's the same thing for me from the app that I'm building. It took me in total, I may have spent 10 hours on it in the past 2 weeks. And it's working. I had, in the first round, I had like an API call that worked. I had like data that didn't being fetched. I had most of the thing working properly. And now today I really spent more time in, no, I'm not showing you the app. I really spent more time with Cursor because Cursor is pretty impressive in giving me the ability to just replace the code exactly where it needs to be replaced in the file itself. Whereas when I'm just using Claude, which was my initial case, it always gives me like a snippet of code that I don't really understand. And then I need to look around in the code that I don't understand at all and try to find where things match because the beginning of that bracket is the same. And so visually from where it's supposed to land is supposed to be there. So I'm applying the changes that they have recommended in that thing, but I'm not sure if it's the right thing or not. So it's really not good. Whereas right now, Cursor is just like, yeah, this is the recommendation. You can apply, you click apply, and it gives you the red-green transition that GitHub has where lines have been removed and green when lines have been updated and or added. And so that's pretty useful. But that entire thing, that entire app that he's showcasing here, have a good look, is a fully functioning screen recorder for macOS that gives you the ability to record any window in your or any screen recording basically. Have a lot of customization options, changing the background, changing the shadows, changing the radius around the things. And he's doing like a course around using Cursor AI to do that. So that's pretty impressive. So yeah, I would say that as you said in that goddammit in that message right there, um, people like me that design stuff will have a bit of a harder time in a way because it matters to me to have a good looking thing, but for anything that is um, back end related, you can really just ask the chat, have your thing done in a matter of seconds, minutes, potentially. I know that I don't know if it's in there. I think it is. Let's see if I have liked it. Someone had like a bit of a video saying pro design is over or something, which was pretty good. Let me see. I doubt it. I don't see it. Yeah, it's not there. Anyways, that person was doing like a bill splitting thing. So you had like you give them an amount, like a final amount for the bill, and you say there is X amount of people, and that person is going to pay 25%. The other two are going to pay more, or I mean, the rest would split it amongst these two. And so that was made inside of their iPhone without really going out of that. So that's impressive already, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I think personally, again, gonna repeat myself. 1 to 5 years is gonna be the timeline for me to see some dev titles be mostly one human controlling an AI or an assistant to just do the job that usually was like paid to a human. So might be interesting. I don't know. I don't know. And judging by your name, I'm guessing you are a dev. But I might be wrong. I don't know. And Flora, the app is too in the works and in work in progress right now to be able to showcase. And that's also a thing that I can't do on stream. Like, not because it's, I mean, first of all, because it's something that I don't want to do. That's the first thing. But also because it feels wrong for me to be building the app on stream and just be prompting Claude with rough questions, as in, oh, this is giving me this error. How do we fix that? And it just does the job for me, and I don't have to do anything. Which is, I feel it's weird as a stream. So yeah, not really. Um, or progress has not happened, not enough at least, to be able to showcase. Um, but yeah, I was working on my Japanese earlier. I sent that to Kat earlier, but I kind of wanted to show you here as well. That is my progress on Japanese. In that specific page that contains the articles and all that for kanjis, these two, and these two are not the same every time. They are not pairs either, but um, me and my dyslexia not having the ability to differentiate P and B's. How am I? How am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to understand? I mean, I know, but goddamn, like when you look at these two, because they are not side by side, um, it's kind of complicated. But this one is smaller than this one. This one is ko or kchi, which means mouse, and this one is nothing. It's just a radical that is used for enclosure. So this is going to be around a kanji to define borders, or like a country, for example, country contains the enclosure kanji in the outside, and in the inside you have the king. So the king with the enclosure or the king with the territory means country, which makes sense. And then you have these two bitches. I want to kick the person that designed these kanjis, because this one means go, or yeah, go, like to go, kind of. This one means to go slowly. Just that tiny thing means go slowly. I I don't get it. I don't get it. And then these two, I forgot which one it is, but the main difference is that the sizes of the lines. This one is bigger than this one, and this one is bigger than this one. And one of them is like the earth. I think Uchi is the earth, and she is for death, I think. But I, if I'm writing them by hand, I will not know, and it will be based on the context of the phrase. So yeah, you can see some differences, but it's mostly gonna be context. Also, this is the radical section, so these kanjis and all of the one that have no reading underneath basically implies that is mostly a radical, and it doesn't, or it rarely is used on its own. So as I said, this one, which is enclosure, is not gonna really happen to exist. It's gonna be around another radical that exists and that make a word or singular kanji. This one, ko or kchi, is gonna mostly happen on its own as a singular kanji. That's why we have the reading underneath. But yeah, I was scrolling through the page and I ended up here, and I was like, that is way too similar. So yeah, kind of wanted to show you that for no reason. Stony, is there a thing that you could do to, I was about to say to avoid, but like to ensure it happen less often? I don't know. And also Flora, yes. Eventually, you will have, I mean, eventually, potentially, if the app is launched and or I feel like the project is good enough to showcase, yes, it would be shared on stream. For now, eh, it's not enough. It doesn't contain most of the things. And as I said, because I started with something that worked with the API thingy that was rate limited and that wasn't good. So I didn't like that. I moved into an XML database, which is locally stored on the iPhone. And that kind of broke the entire thing. So then I transferred that into a JSON format. That broke the entire thing even more. And then we had to transfer the XML into an SQL Lite or SQL Lite database. That broke the entire thing again. So now I trashed the entire project and started from scratch. And now we have a basic functional thingy. But it's not functional enough to be showcased. But yeah, it would be nice if I want some feedbacks. Yes, I don't. the feedback that I would have right now are not going to be good enough for the project itself. It's mostly going to be why didn't you use this? Or why didn't you do this way? And the answer to that every time is going to be because I don't fucking know what I'm doing. I'm just asking AIs to generate code for me in order to have an app. So I don't know what I'm doing. Um, and worse than just asking AI to do things for you, I can't even understand what the AI is doing, which is one of the points that I had some months ago about AI not really taking over some jobs. It's going to take over the jobs of really, really entry level devs, as I said, and really, really entry level designers. But if you know what you're doing, the AI is just a faster way to do things because you can troubleshoot and find the issues and fix the issues that the AI is generating without um like re-asking the AI for help, because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing generate this page. It does the thing. I implement it on my side. It breaks. I go back to the AI and say, "It giving me that error message. How do I fix it?" It generate the code again. I put it in Xcode. I launched the thing. It broke. I go back into the AI. I say the same thing. It generates a new thing of code. I put it in. It works. I say, cool, let's move on to something else. So it's really bad. It's not great, but for like a first time founder startup thingy, it could be good to have like a proof of concept done. As I said, in like basically a week, I had an app working. So if I really wanted like a proof of concept, that could be a thing. But all that. The goal of these projects is just to help me do the thing that I need to do. It's a very, very, very personal app. So just helping me do things that I need to do for myself, to myself. It could be useful for some people. Maybe it probably already exists, but when I looked for it, I couldn't find something really close to it. So that I don't, no one knows the concept yet. Concept is tracking progress on things. I am so vague right now. So yeah, it's not much, but like right now I have some data that needs to be displayed in the page and it doesn't work. There is thing that don't go through, and that's bad. And I don't like it. Design wise, I spent 40 minutes on like creating a design in Figma. Um, and right now I'm not at all focusing on design for a second. Like I don't care how it looks. It looks bad. I mean, it doesn't look that bad, but it looks bad. You know what I mean? It's not that great. It could be better. Um, but yeah, it kind of looks bad. Let me rephrase that. It doesn't look as good as what I did in Figma, right? Um, that the thing. The design that I've made in Figma is great. Also, the concept of the app has kind of changed since then. But you know, what I need right now is the structure. I need the structure to be as good as I can, as solid as I can, to be able to say, okay, the functionality in between page A and page B works. There is a link that displays things from page B to page A, sub-level cards. Cool. If I click on sub-level card thing, it's sending me back to page B with the content that I needed to have. Yes, cool, that works. Right now, that page B thing is not working. So, pisses me off. Pisses me off. But, um, currently, cursor editor is really good, as I said, because you can 100% just prompt the thing, say apply, and it just I don't know if they have like a preview, but they do have a preview um, where you can really prompt your code and highlight things and say, oh, this needs to be rephrased or reframed or changed or whatever. And then it does this, which to me is the most important thing because it edits the code or gives you the ability to edit the code directly in the code. And it shows you, okay, I'm removing that line that is not really necessary, and I'm replacing it with that line which is the same, but I'm just changing the end. And then this entire thing wasn't there, so I'm just adding that, and that works. That whole behavior of changing, replacing, showcasing where the changes happen is to me the most important right now because that is making a lot of sense. Like even for me that doesn't really understand shit, I'm starting to pick up on some of the syntax specifics of Swift UI, just because I've seen the code so much in the past 2 weeks. But you know, that it's really impressive as a starting point. Also, the fact that it can just scan the entire code base, and for example, for the past 2 days, I've been asking it to just start from scratch, look at the entire code base, existing code base, and tell me if there is like some refactoring option that could be good. And the thing was like, yeah, this component and this file work together, but they are not in the same file. Why not just combine them together? That would be great. Just did that. So that really good. Still, don't understand why they did that, but just they did. Nonetheless, it's free, which is pretty good. And I don't know if I would go into paid tier again because they are using Claude, and I'm already paying for Claude. For all of these AI things, I wish I could just plug my API key or my personal account off Claude to just use their things. But there, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I have taken that list that I saw on Twitter earlier, which is overall pretty true. Like currently, if you want to do some code, you have Cursor AI, which is what I'm using, plus Claude, which is also what I'm using, but there is Replit that I have never used. For the designer thing, V0 is really good. I used it sometimes. Galileo is kind of shit, or when we tried it was kind of shit. I don't know if it's better now. For anything copywriting related, Copy AI is the one that I use most of the time. Everything that is product management, I'm using AHA most of the time, or at least when I was in the company, I used that. For magnet, I have never used one, so I don't know. But at least I kept that. For all of the thing that needs to have like video production, as in voice overlapping or overlaid on top of images, these things are pretty good. So all of these new tools and AI things, again, the main thing that I don't like about it is the fact that it's most of the time a paid subscription to the product that is just a wrapper around like ChatGPT 4.0 or Claude or any other AI that exists. And when you already pay $20 a month for ChatGPT, or $20 a month for Claude, or $20 a month for something else, and you need to pay on top of that to use or have access to the same features, it's kind of weird. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. The fact that you have so many tools is not really the issue. The fact that you have so many subscriptions is not really the issue for me. The fact that you have to subscribe to wrappers of the thing that you already pay for once, that is the issue. Like if I buy a piece of chocolate and then someone else take that piece of chocolate, put some new paper around it, and say, "Oh, you can have it, but it's gonna cost you more because it's a new paper around it, but it's the same chocolate that you already bought." That makes no sense. So I don't know how I feel about it. Eh. I don't know Versa enough. I only know V0 from Versa thingy, and AWS is not the thing that I use, so I don't know. I don't know. Also, going back to where I was a second ago, um, the design itself of the project is gonna be so complex in a way that I don't I don't think the AI stuff is gonna be able to generate these type of overall layouts. Like that is a deleted 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 specifics thing. Yeah, that's gonna be complicated even for me on like the basics. Like the structure is fine, having like a card and a card and a card and a card. Cool. Having the glows in the right places, having the light rays coming in, having the flow right there that could potentially be animated. That is gonna be almost impossible. So, you know, that kind of hard. So, yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. 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 One day, potentially. Right now. Right now, I don't know. Right now, I don't know. But for the design itself, I feel like it's gonna be extremely complex to achieve that. Specifically because, um, like right now, what I'm trying to do and what I have started to ask the AI to do is creating a theme file that is using system themes things, so that I have the dark mode, light mode switch automatically in its core, and from there I can add more if needed. But I'm just using that on the side and just having the logic of pinpointing that theme file directly rather than using the system things. in provision, yeah. Because I think about further in the future where we would have multiple themes, and also we would have multiple things that would have different themes compared to the system native. So that is already complicated. Right now, everything is system native. It works. It's fine. I have the themes, but still, this is annoying. So all that things that happen. Nonetheless, Stony, are you available or are you not available? Are things good in that realm or in that side of the internet? I feel like no. I might not. Anyways, we're gonna do that. We're gonna finish that page for sure. Um, I know you don't like it, but 3 would be better. Kidding. I'm kidding. The thing that we need to work on as much here is the top section. Right now we just have the title of the collection. This is for collection, so that's the page that is supposed to be here, but I don't have access to right now. I don't know why. I'm gonna force refresh and see if that fixes some things. I doubt it. We never know. Um, the thinking process is just this is a page that is so different because everything is that cool because of the internet. That, yeah, that came back in my head. Well, I can't show you the page. Um, I forgot that for a second. The collection is something that is made by the user. No, it's something that is made by the movie DB and the user. Debatable. Nonetheless, that doesn't change anything. That contains multiple movies and or TV shows of the same franchise things. You would have the Fast and Furious collection, for example, the Spider-Man collection, the Marvel collection, all of that. I mean, the Marvel is going to be mostly not a collection, but the whatever. We don't care about that. The thing is, the thing that I need to work on is the top section. The top section has the title of said collection and or special, and the actions that need or could be taken on said collection or special. Usually, right now, we have 4 buttons. They are the play, scene, and like. There is the trailer icon that we have, but it's not really. I don't think it will work. I don't think we can have a trailer for a collection, mainly because a collection is composed of multiple movies and TV shows, so multiple trailers, one after the other, is not going to work. So I don't think that this is going to work. The play button is going to be useful. I feel like what would be the most best is going to be to reuse these because that's the only thing that you want to do. Um, yeah, but I don't think it's useful either. Like the first movie might be something different or something. Eh, I mean, yes, it's going to be something different, but like, you know what I mean. I feel like if we just had these 2 buttons in maybe something like this, and then that might be not add to my list, but something along the line of add to favorites, which feels weird to me. Um, the thing that I have a bit of a hard time wrapping my head around is what are the actions that you can do in fucking collection other than play? Like, I really have a hard time grasping what we could do and or have in there. So I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't. Because to me, the collection is gonna send you into a marathon watching thing. So if you have like a collection of 3 movies, you're gonna start with the first one in release order, and then it's gonna go to the next one and the next one and the next one. So if you have like a trilogy, like the Spider-Man trilogy that we have as an example most of the time, it's gonna be easy to do, but after that, what else do you do on that page? Nothing. You can access specifics, so that's a way to scan movies faster, like let's say Fast and Furious, for example, have different names that don't necessarily all start with Fast and or Furious. So it's not necessarily always in the F categories. So if you go into the Fast and Furious collection, you have a quick access to these movies. If you wanted to watch the 8th one, for example, you have quick access to that. So that makes sense. But you could also search. ah, so yeah, I don't know. Flora, if you want something good, no, collection is collection, not necessarily see a series. It's I think franchise is going to be easier to grasp, as in uh, the MCU collection is going to have the MCU movie, the MCU related TV shows potentially with them. The Yeah, most likely. One second. Ant-Man collection, kinda. Flora, this is gonna be useful for you if you are looking for at. God damn it. Plugins for 8-point grids. Rounded is basically rounding stuff. So if you just want that with the 8-point base thingy, you can. Have some food, Stoney. It's pretty good. I don't know exactly how much it works with like auto layout and things that are not. Apparently, my access is wrong. It was, and now it was set to a value. But other than that, like if you have a page that is not like an auto layout, it could be useful. Could be highly useful if you are in the 8-point grids. It will just round it up to the nearest 8 points, which I like a lot. I like a lot. Going back to what Stoney said. I mean, This is different, I feel. Um, like we have these, the Airbud collection that we had last the Thursday thingy that says that it has five movies in it, and that it's basically a collection. This is a series-ish, um, but these ones, specifically Airbud, might not be like a full story where things are related to each other. So that's why I'm not entirely sure with series. Um, could be, but unsure. I don't even know if I can go into collection slash collection. I can't. Slash collection slash? Can't. Not the same thing. Yeah. It's interesting though. But yeah. So that's why I don't know. I am currently in the I don't know situation where I feel like maybe maybe. I just wanted like an icon that I have to have the heart icon, and we can have like a like thingy. Um, a line that makes sense. If that's what we can do here, I don't. Like, what would be the benefits of you having that here? Like, other than play, I don't know. And slowly, I know you are not here, so that's sad. But if you have one ear working, um, oh, interesting. Adash, hi. Mm, currently, personally, I would rather go with Framer rather than Webflow. I feel that it's better. I mean, to me, it is better. It has like a bit of an easier way to use it. And if you are trying to learn, Framer University is pretty good. Like overall, it has like a really good amount of content, and the quality of the content is really good. It's free, so which is always pretty good. If you just want like teeny tiny things. You have a lot of things in there. You have the lessons that also exist, which will help you to get like quick access and or understanding of specific features of framework. So I would rather do that. And yeah, right now Framer is better than Webflow. Personal views, as always. But yeah, if you, it's a bit of a different thing. If you are interested in web design, as you say, it might be interesting to learn a bit of code as well. Could. Could. Though the like huge benefits of Framer and Webflow and Wix and all of these platforms is the ability to generate things that are way easier to do than if I had to do that in code. So some of the example that we have here, like that website that is the latest generation of that Framer University tutorial, these things are extremely simple to do in Framer directly. In code, that would take more time. But it's feasible, obviously. And it's debatable. But yeah, can you give me a bit more info about what you want to do? Also, I know that you're on the vertical stream, so could recommend you to go into the horizontal stream on YouTube as well, if you want to see more stuff specifically. Yeah, it's dragging plus position, but it's also like updating and clipping and keeping and some of the thing that I shared earlier. I mean, shared, not really, but kind of shared. That like that physically thing is fun. No, no. It's a small rabbit thing. Also, if you have never seen this, this is a live stream of Rock-kun, which detect earthquakes, basically, because it's just a rope with a rock, and yeah, sometimes it shakes, and people are like, "Oh, there is an earthquake happening." That's very Japanese. Anyways, welcome back, Stony. I had a question. I think I said it out loud. Oh yeah, that. I mean, we have so many different streams on the platform. Like I have on Twitch directly, I have streams that I'm most of the time always on, like this one. And this one is just a cat cafe or cat shelter or something. I don't really know exactly what it is, but it's a cat related thing. And you just have cameras and you can change the cams if you want to. And they have more viewers than me. And they have more followers than me. And they do nothing. It's just cats, which I understand. But that's about it. They just provide that. So the fact that Rock-kun is a stream makes absolute sense to me. Like that, yeah, that makes sense. Cat's too strong, but also like They've been here for a long time. Um, and yeah, so yeah, for framework things, I would mostly say like it's a matter of for no code specifically, like Framer is better than Webflow at that instant for me, and could highly recommend Framer. And if you have question about Framer, I can help. If you have question about Webflow, I might not be able to help. So that's why I also recommend Framer for sure. Not any other reasons. Anyways, going back to that. Estonia, I had that as a potential. Um, what do you think? Learn code in the long run with the help of the Odin project. Good. The Odin project is pretty good. Yeah, I agree with that. I attempted it twice. And every time I didn't finish. Um, yeah, I see. Yeah, Framer looks pretty good. Framer is easier to get to if you have like some knowledge of Figma already. You would have a very easier time to go through Framer because the uh, old interface of Figma is really close to the new interface of Framer, and the new interface of Figma is kind of close to the new interface or the current interface of Framer. So it's similar. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you want to have no code clients as a starting point, I think that's a pretty good thing to go to, like Framer and Webflow. Make sure that you have like a good business plan set up for the overall projects so that you have the ability to like be either providing like templates, Framer templates or Webflow templates and be paid for that, or get clients and ensure that they know exactly what they are getting. They are getting like a Framer website that is for them to take care of once you have giving it to them. Um, because if you want to go into hosting it and managing it and make sure that you have like updates throughout the years, that's going to be costly for you and costly mentally and all of that. So more complicated. Um, one of the things that I would push back on what you just said, as you want to learn code in the long run, but you want to do no code for now, I I could tell you to not do that. I know, I know, it sounds weird, but I could tell you to not do that because no code is gonna be so easy when you're trying, when you are going to attempt coding. It's gonna be so hard, and you're gonna have your head saying, "I can do that in Framer in 2 minutes," and it's gonna take me like 3 days on code. You're gonna really have a hard time pushing through. That's why I stopped the Odin project twice. It's just because it's too much for the outcome that I have. Like I can generate things in code that are basics, that's fine. But as long as I need, or as soon as I need something that is a bit more custom and a bit more tricky and have some animation interactions and all of these things that I know exactly how to do in Framer or in Figma, doing that in code or learning how to do that in code is just taking so much time that I just don't see the point. So I could say the long run is basically now, And if you really need money right now and you want to get clients fast and you absolutely need it, maybe go into no code. But if you have the luxury of taking like 3 months, 6 months of learning code right now, do that instead. Because otherwise you end up with my situation, which is really bad. So, could recommend that. And yeah, also, yes, if no code motivates you right now, do no code, but eh. Just know that it's going to be hard later on to like move on to something different. That is all I'm saying. God damn it. Lol. Can I reset that? Yes, I can. Cool. So yeah, that's the base recommendation. At least for now. At least for now. I feel like this could be one single text line instead of 4. But you know. Oh, that's bad. Also, these ones are inter display, which makes no sense. And also these buttons makes no sense. They are out of the system. So yeah, also that what Stoney is saying, if you know how to program a website with code directly, you don't have any limitation other than time. Whereas when you have like no code website that are done, you will hurt or encounter walls, and like end up locked and blocked in the no code departments. So yeah. Skills is different. You can have like a lot of skills in no code and a lot of skills in code. Like I know how to do things in no code that are gonna be tricky. Same thing that I'm doing in Figma, right? The regular habit of transitions and things that I've been doing for a while until Figma released the smart animate transitions. These are things that I was doing by hand on Figma, and then they released the thing that helped and made my life easier. But you can have the skills on many platforms and many things. So skills can bypass the limitations in some things. The thing to remember is that no code platforms and no code website builder overall are tools for specific use case, whereas code in general is going to be a tool for general. So you can do whatever the fuck you want, most of the time. But yeah. No code is the also you said no code it feels like the way to go. I kind of agree. I don't know if I have that person in my likes. It's been a while since they have published something that I have seen. There is one guy on Twitter, at least, that I'm following ish, that is doing or taking some people's creations, like some designers' creations, and remaking them directly in code, and that is really impressive. But for example, I mean, I know that's a different thing, but this is code. This fucking fish that is an interactive fish, when you use it, uh, it follows your cursor. That entire thing is code, like rough, just code. No 3D software or anything, just code. So that's impressive. Anyways, that's not what I'm talking about. Um, like the creations of the creation of this, visually speaking, in no code is feasible. It's gonna take you more time than creating it in code, sadly. Um, but again, and study that goes against what you say, no code are not backend based platforms. No code are mostly like front end websites, things that are just uh, yeah, landing pages most of the time. It's not like an app. An app is not made in no code, not necessarily, but just a website, yes, could be a thing. Um, but that, for example, I don't think was made in Framer. I think this is mostly code. But again, I don't fucking know. At this point, this is code as well. Daniel has been doing a lot of things. How do you like it so far? I mean, okay, where did you start? Because we have a backlog of backlog. Um, yeah, if you learn like JS and or other things, you can have that done. This is a pretty impressive thing, but it's an app. It's made in Swift, I think, or in React Native, and it's easier to do, and it's not feasible in no code. So I'm looking for the thing that I can't find, as always. Like this one is crazy as well. That transition, that entire entry, that's crazy. Anyways. I can't find the person that I'm talking about, which is sad. At the beginning, uh, that's a wild question. Like, he started season one of the reboot of 2005. Yeah, they do make references to the previous seasons. They do have cameos from the previous Doctors. You do you. But if you start at that starting point of 2005, you should be fine. You should be fine. I guess. I can't find the bitch. God damn it. Like, this is an easy thing to do in Figma and Framer. Um, but it might also be an easy thing to do in code. I can share that, yes. That is an option. Yeah, I mean, you can 100% implement anything. As you can see, it is very simple. The only thing that is different is the orbs, and these two things are gonna be position absolute and placement, and that's it. The I don't like the rotation for selected, not selected. Like it's weird, but I get it. It's easy to implement, or easier to implement, like this than a color change. But you know that. Um, I have never seen Becker, never heard of it. Never heard of it. Even. I'm so sad. I'm so sad I can't find the thing that I'm looking for. But I don't know, maybe. Probably. One of the things that I kind of see as a designer, kind of have seen as a designer for a long time, is these types of design that are really detailed and polished and have a lot of effects and a lot of things implemented in them, usually from the design to the dev, they lose 50% to 60% of their details in the transition. And that usually happens because the dev don't see the details and because the designer don't communicate the details either. So it's a sad thing on both sides. But now that most or a lot of designers are starting to get into code and into no code specifically, they are starting to implement things on their own, and they have the eye to be able to look at what they have designed, where they are missing things, and implement the changes in code or in no code, but like mostly in code. So this one, for example, the dev might just put the underneath shadow right there and maybe the highlight here as a detail, but not see that the bottom of the button itself has a bit of a highlight and the top of the zone has a bit of a shadow. Because these are details, even though this is fun, but this one is a very simple one. So I don't know. Like shit like this. That's cool, but that takes a lot of time. Um, I don't know him. I don't. You know what? Let me say that. I don't know. I'm gonna revert on what I just said. I don't know. Maybe I do. It depends. It depends. Also, yeah, good thing that I'm scrolling my likes. Stony, I kind of want this to be implemented in the letters on the side. Because if we do that with the zoom, you know, with the with that as an effect for the letters, yeah, I would be okay with the size that it takes being smaller. Anyways, still looking for that person tweets things. Haven't found it. Wouldn't code that ever. I'm sure they have changed their profile picture. That's what happened. I'm sure that's what happened. Have a good look. uh, yeah, I feel like the last tweet that I've seen from them is from way before that. So it's basically when August created the go further out button thingy, and that guy decided to recreate it in code in CodePen, and he does that or he did that very often. Maybe something happened in his life right now that he doesn't have the time. I don't know, but still, can't find them, which is sad. That seems to be it, yeah. No, not that one. No, I mean not that one, as in not that one, like that person that I'm talking about in. Usually that one, yes, that TV show thing, um, movie, whatever. Nonetheless, I feel like this is gonna be similar to my point. Being the detail that you can have when you have the code is going to be greater than the detail that you can add when you have no code. That's all I'm trying to say for the past 15 minutes of scrolling. Sorry about that. And Flora, I know you're lurking, but you asked if the grain in the background was part of the design. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But also, this is also a thing. And it worked. So you know. Uh, uh. I can't. The French dubs, I can't. I have, yeah. I could when I was like 3, up to maybe 10 years old, but after that, I can't. Mainly because it's the same. It's a bit of the same thing that happens to me right now with anime in general. It's like I'm watching something and I recognize the voice of like another voice actor that does a different type of person or character usually, and now it's doing something else. And I'm like, oh, is that that person? Oh, yes, it is. So it's kind of weird. The French dubs is basically the same thing where they have like their voice actors in France, and that's about it. And yeah. I don't know. I never liked it. So again, I'm gonna go back into what I was saying. um, there are movies that I know only in French because I was like 6 or 8 when I watched them a ton, and I know them entirely in French. And the story that I have in my head is the version of the story that was with the French voice actors, which is not necessarily true to the initial story that the movie had. Also, sorry, I've just got ADHD'd into that Beyblade fight. Um, so you know, the thing. I would rather have regular voices, the right voice, the thing that was intended to be, rather than an overlay of the thing. So like watching anime, for example, in dub is fine. I don't like it. Um, like if I have a, I don't know, a Korean
Aaron Gaming
thing.
Dev TV is now following.
Andres, hi, welcome on in. The raid alert didn't seem to go through at the right
Andreas
time.
Sasdev raided my stream with 16 viewers.
And Aaron Gaming, hi, welcome on in. Thanks a lot for the follow, appreciate that. Andres, thanks a lot for the raid. As always, welcome on in. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm AOA. I'm the helping designer. So if you have any design question, feel free to ask. As always, I would be happy to help. But yeah, I hope your stream was good. As always, if you need a raid run, do that. If you want to raid and stay, appreciate it. Um, thanks a lot for the raid again. And yeah, Deathbacks, hi, welcome back. Stony Ab's design is yeah, it's in progress. All right, it's in progress. Andres, I forgot if you are like a mobile dev or mostly a desktop dev. I forgot like what languages you write. um, I'm currently doing an app on Swift because I don't know shit about it. So I prompt AI to say, "Oh, I need this page. Do that for me." It works. So sometimes that's a good thing. Yeah. C sharp most of the time, which is kind of good with Stony right now, I guess. And if it just renders something, isn't that a start? Right? We need to have something at the beginning. Um, no, I know. I'm saying like because you are currently switching into C sharp, or you have switched to C sharp into most things. Um, like it makes sense that you are in the other streams as well, which is appreciated. Club member to club member. That makes sense. We share views. We appreciate viewers. So yeah. I don't know about that game though. But yeah, we are currently doing Stoney's app mobile version. I'm not doing all the screens because I'm lazy as fuck and I'm tired. Um, but we do need some specific screens, as in right now we are in the collection slash special page, and I'm trying to find the thing that are gonna be there. And yeah. What do you mean, what? I have said fuck 707,000 times since almost 8,000 times now since December 2021, 2022-ish, 2021. Yeah. I mean, basically from December 2021 to 2022 onward up to October, we had like the counter, which is what we have right now, which is automated. So every time I say fuck, it usually goes through, like the mic is picking it up and it recognizes it and it's counted as one time. It doesn't count the other ones, so that's more of a manual thing for you to say and use. And up to October 2022, it was automated, and then I moved and I started to be in Japan, and that specific automation didn't work. And now that I came back, it works again. So there is like a year and a half non-counting. So we should probably be at 14,000 right now. Probably double, at least. Same thing for the other ones. Like this one is supposed to be counted. It doesn't go through. It is in the software, but it just Microsoft Windows 11 doesn't like swear words, and so these ones don't go through. I tried to use it with Sheet, as in Google Sheet, but it doesn't pick it up either. I mean, I think you can, yeah. I think you can update that, but I'm unsure. I don't know what just happened, but something just happened on the chat in front of me, which was wild. But yeah, like that. That was wild for a second. Well, it still is wild. Um, I mean, in order to have bitch being detected, I had to use beach to be detected at some point, and it doesn't work. Fuck is also foxes, like fuck is fine, but fox also goes through, as you can see. So yeah, I also had to implement fucking because I mean that needs to be counted. Um, so yeah, it just doesn't go through, which is sad. Like the swear word detection for Windows is just not good, and I really don't like it. Yeah, yeah, that's wild. Anyways, that's fine though. Oh, shoot. But yeah, so that's a thing, Aaron. And yes, it is. It is high, but it should be higher, way higher. Anyways, going back to that page thingy. Um, Stony, what else can we have on the collection slash not collection? The other one that I forget every time. Goldie special brain. Yeah, collection special. It's gonna be the same screen, kinda. What are the action possible? And what do we want to display? Right now, I'm really on the heading section. Um, that is going to be at the bottom, right? Like that's basically like a carousel underneath the content. So I guess it's just going to be that. I don't I don't like what I'm about to say. I don't. I really don't. I don't know if we want a page for cast. I have a feeling that fully carouseled cast is gonna be fine. And I don't know if I want that. I'm just debating right now. Yeah, they do the same. They do what I just said. Maybe my cousin in video. What? No, that's Andy. We do similar context though. Context, content. We create similar things. He does more OBS stuff um, that I used to do, and yeah, nah. A lot of people have said that I also look like Harry Seller when I have the blonde hair. So I I don't want to say anything bad, but this is just a white dude with a beard and glasses. And I'm just a white dude with a beard and glasses. Right? I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I feel like I don't want this, and I just want cast. And then you said cast on that, and that's it. Like I don't think posters are gonna be useful. Do you want posters? We can have them as well, but I don't see the point on I don't see the point on collection. You want it? Cool. Fine. I don't know how you want to call that, but you know. It's going to be easier to have. I don't know if that's already the case, but that's going to be easier. The other thing is this. I feel like these images specifically, some of them are going to need to be like this to get the same. Like poster, non-posters, you know. I don't know how you want to have that. Danny, hi, welcome in. Have the concept for responsive already posted in backdrop are separate. I know, but maybe you want them to be together. I mean, eh, eh, you know. Good news, what happened? You got fired. Great news. I'm kidding. I see. That is great. Good news indeed. Well, that's better than what Stony has right now, so we appreciate it. How much you paying for that? Too much? Yeah, probably. uh, I'm paying for the same thing. I'm paying for like 1 gig, 2 gigs down, 1 gig up. But because the 1 gig is what is like the up is what most important for me as a streamer, uh, it's not enough. uh, yeah, that's pretty good. 37 a month is pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. What router do you use? I'm interested now. For no reason. Faith, hi, welcome back. You know I can't read that. You know damn well I can't read that. I wish I had installed the translation option. Um, because it is necessary. I should. I should. 1 second. Why am I here? I am still here. That's the. I did translate faster than you. Um, I mean, if you're asking yourself why is you there, god damn it, I don't know. I will kill some people again. It's. I wouldn't say it's good common sense. It's better to send it on Mondays or on midweek. Um, because I mean, also Friday 2 p.m. their time, which is now, um, could be good if they usually reply pretty fast. If they don't, I wouldn't recommend it. So if they reply kind of slow, usually, uh, just just don't. Just wait for Monday. Then if they reply quickly, let me say that again. Do they pay you quickly? Because if they do, then send it today. If they don't, then send it on Monday. If you send it today and they usually take 2 days to pay you, then it will take 4 to 6 because they will forget about it on Monday and then it's not on top priority thing and you're not going to be paid. Um, and it's not going to be good. Whereas if if it's the first time, yeah, send it on Monday. Just wait, send it on Monday. That way you are pretty good. Also, Faith, I hope you had fun at the bar. I hope you had fun at the bar. It's really fun to read the characters because some of them are the one that we use in Japanese as well. Like the last two that you have in that last text, the the one before the last one is the one that we use for house or home. And I don't know if it's the same. Also, the fact that the first character is the one you use for um, laughing is fun because it's different on our side. Nonetheless, doesn't matter. Um, oh, you have to pay to work with a team? I thought the team had to pay for you. Do a new account. Denny, do yourself a favor, do a new account. You should be good. Take your shower, take off the makeup, do that thing, and go to bed, Faith. It's too early. I mean, it's not worth it. Like, ask them to add you as a member. Like, it doesn't cost them anything to add you as a member of their team, I think. And they may have a limitation on Slack on their end that says um, only people with extensionname.com can access this Slack, which is the reason why you don't have a seat. But they can like create an email address for you in like 3 clicks and add you to the team. And then it's free for you, it's free for them. I don't know, I feel like it's better. You can also like invite people to be collaborators to Slack channels specifically, which I think is what you have right now. And it should be free as well, but I don't fucking know. It's been a while since I last used Slack, to be honest. Stoney, anything else? You're on the crew as well? Cast and crew? I doubt it. I'm good. I'm tired. Gym this morning was not the greatest. Not the greatest. But, you know. Hey. Okay. This is a massive collection, though. Yeah, no, it's you know damn well that this is not gonna take any seconds. Shit. Dang. Um, Not the greatest because it was crowded for no fucking reason this morning. I kind of woke up late. Late. I went there at 8. Um, and it had like way more people than expected. And the machine that I usually use are or were not available. And so I had to do a different type of rotation. So instead of doing my regular pecs leg for today, I did pecs, calf, and shoulders, which is fine. But you know, could have done more. Also, my gym times. I know some of you that go to the gym are kind of not the same, but my gym sessions take 30 to 40 minutes max. Like, max. Usually I'm more on the 25 to 30 type of thing. So it's really go in, do your things. I'm doing the exercise with heavy weights, reps in a regular range, and then um, 3 to 4 sets most of the time. Um, Faith, be careful, please. Um, And your brother is gonna be fine. You just need to not be there. Don't think about it. So yeah, I'm doing gym like really, really fast. And again, I'm not doing it to gain mass. I'm doing it to gain strength and speed. Overall, I mean, you probably have seen um, this like this series, this entire thing, where basically he's doing the same weight as these guys, but he's way too lean. Um, so that's what I go for. I, I go for that rather than this. Like bulky and bubbly is okay, but strength to me is more important, and efficient strength, as in if I fall down a hole, can I lift myself up at a moment notice? Whereas um, these guys need like some sort of a warm up, and also they can't lift themselves up at all. The one that was like pretty impressive was the one arm pull up that they did around here. Like he can do that with one arm and just pull himself up to the top of the rock, and these bitches can't at all. So that's the thing. Um, I lean more on calisthenic, yes, 100%. Always have been more on a calisthenic thing, but it's mostly for me. It's mostly like efficient strength rather than visual strength. Getting out of a hole is the most important thing. Like as a point of reference, like if you fall down and you need to track yourself up, you need to be small enough to be able to lift yourself entirely and get out of a fucking hole. Whereas bodybuilding is mostly like, can I be big? So you know all that. Can you check if you have access to the server on app, not dev? Say that again, Stoney, in a way that makes sense to me. You want that? I clicked on it. And then it's not like it's not functionality of a aesthetic, it's different type of aesthetic. Um as in I have a good reference point. Like to me that's a good reference point. I'm not saying that it's a way I want to be, but it's a better reference point than bodybuilding to me. This is just like too much, but that level of leanness-ish type of thing is not bodybuilder size. It is, but not entirely. if that makes sense, compared to the other two that we saw a second ago. Like this is more of a natural-ish. Brace yourself. Um, also, Asian have a bit of a different gene for that. Yes, but it's different. It's not the same type of physiques. Uh, him specifically is a bit too much. If you go with David, same thing. Overall, too much, but it's closer to like what I kind of like as an overall physique. This is too much, as always, and too lean. But it's more of a smaller size. But me saying smaller size, this bitch is the size of my head with the arm. But still, like it's a more close to the body size, the original body size, compared to some of the other ones. Like I mean, if I go with Dr. Mike, is gonna be this one and not the other Dr. Mike. So it's gonna be complicated. Yeah, and even like Dr. Mike specifically, even though it's not the exact same type of thing, but that type of body is regular, muscular, not too much, not too little, all that. Basics. You know, that. So I'm more on that thing than the other ones. The main issue that I have with the what is the I forgot his name. Like these bitches, they need, like, there is something that you don't take into consideration when you don't see that as a or when you just see that as a physique. The lifestyle that goes with it to maintain this level of muscles is you need food all the time. You need to be fueled up all the time. And these guys can't go for a walk without eating at the same time. Like, you're losing a ton of things in terms of life ability. So, yeah, I don't know. Chris is crazy, yes. I agree. But that's too much. I think the best, to me, is gonna be this. Same thing, regular build, natural build, simple, easy. That. At least we have a loader. At least we have a loader. It seems to load. But yeah, that's the again, this is not a goal in any way, shape, or form, but it's just like if I were to ever go further down into musculation, like bodybuilding and all that, this is the kind of direction in which I would go, which is Chris is mostly calisthenic, which is what I was training in when I started, and now I don't. So yeah, yeah, that's not the type, for one simple reason: legs. They just do your upper body, and that's about it. But yeah, I don't know. Like the proportional differences in between the full body, regular, natural, not too much, but still there. To me, again, like that makes sense. That whole I'm gonna open Figma with that image. That whole thing from the lats to the thigh is kind of one big ass rectangle, whereas here, that's like this pose specifically is a 3/4 pose, so that you also have the waist that is smaller visually, but it's basically just a big ass, wide ass triangle, and the legs are not worked on. So that guy probably would be tired after a 5 minute jog because the legs no working and too much heavy weight at the top to be able to like maintain that. So that's the thing. Whereas leaner-ish, because it's cardio most of the time, they can go for a run, be fine, come back, have a workout, be good. Like that makes more sense to me again. But yeah, it is not really V-tape. The V taper is up to the waist, and then the waist can go back to the X shape ish. But like, I wish I had. I wish I had the reference and the ability to search on TikTok messages, because I sent that to Kat a while back, and I think yeah, that's the same Asian guy as earlier. But that, when it comes to legs, that makes sense to me, and that taper overall implies that there is work at the top work at the bottom, all that. you know, you know what I mean? Dang, legs. One day I have more strength. Also one of the main reason when I want to train legs, and I'm kind of trying to train legs more than before, is because when I had my issue in Japan and I had to be in the hospital for 2 weeks, is because one of my legs kind of gave up on being a leg, and and I don't want that to happen again. So having a bit of a muscle mass and muscle abilities to be able to like maintain at least um, posture when I'm walking. Uh, that is absolutely necessary now. So that, yeah, I'm gonna work on that. It's also a different type of necessity for reasons. It makes sense. That is wild, wild. But yeah, all that coming from. God damn it! When I switch screen, um, ah, yeah. All that to say, my workouts short. That's it. Mostly calisthenic. I mean, calisthenic is kind of wrong nowadays because I'm mostly using machines and weights. But it's free weights most of the time, machine when I can't, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have the biggest chest ever, but I had more tits than two of my ex. That's already a different thing. No, not bitter, but it's just like both of them have said the same thing. Both of them have said you have more than me, anyways. So they were bitter, yes. Hey, I had more ass than one of the girl that I had in Japan. uh, God damn, that nose is itchy. Yeah, my ass is good. I know you know. Um, Stony, what else do we need in there? I'm still locked on the sections and the content. I have a feeling that I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there is much more. Do you agree that special for now are gonna be the same? Or except that potentially special are gonna have like characters instead of TV shows, posters, thingy? Um, I do, yeah, I could agree with that. Depends. You can combine. Good. Any other pages that you need specifics, design basics, things? Because, as I said, like the in player section, I don't do because you already did 99% of it. So it's going to be easier for me to just go to it and just point out some of the issues rather than do a full design for it. I think you did a great job as a starting point. Um, Big Out, hi, welcome back. How have you been? It's been a while. I mean, the player is just a player, but it's sad that we don't have real screenshots. Um, and we do, but I am better-ish. Kinda. I appreciate the compliment though. But I just have more hair. That's about it. I think I can really uh, judge myself on that. As in, if you go back to past past streams, specifically like Japan stream before I came back, and like here, hair is okay, but then you go back into when my hairdresser kind of fucked up, somewhere along the line of here, like no hair. I look like shit. I don't like it. I don't like it. So hair important. I can go back into there. That this is fine. This is roughly, uh, roughly what I have right now. But yeah, when you go back, same thing. Like this one, pretty okay. I have hair. Not okay. I don't have hair. Eh, not okay. I'm French. Very okay. That is way much me. Jonathan, hi. Welcome on in. So yeah, all that hair makes a huge difference. Whichever color it is, but hair makes a huge difference. I can say that with confidence. So yeah, I appreciate the compliment though. And Nate is different. I know. Uh, I disagree. But I can see it. But I disagree. What I would say is it's again, it's a white dude with a beard and glasses. And we are a lot. Like as we said a second ago, Andy is kind of on the similar side of things. Nose is different. I agree that Nate has a similar nose to me, because it's kind of pointy-ish. But yeah, like I can see it. I disagree. But I can see it. Like maybe there, but that's the same thing. That's a white dude with a beard and glasses. Eh. Anyways, I'm doing pretty good. Jordan, I'm tired as fuck, but that's the classic, isn't it? That is the classic for me. Stony, you said what? Oh, that, yes, yes. Piccolo, hi, welcome in, welcome back. Jonathan, that is sad. That, yeah, that's sad. That is that, yeah. I don't like that. That's bad. That is bad. I'm pretty good, Piccolo. I'm pretty good. Tad tired. Pretty good. Stoney, you said something along the line of thanks a lot for
Pickout
the resub.
underscore just resubscribed for 2 months. You are the best.
We can move to TV. You said that. Thanks a lot for the resub. Highly appreciated. Enjoy the emotes. The new emotes. We have new emotes. That's not good. You said I'm good too, and then you said I just cut my thumb really bad. That's not what I call being good. Jonathan, that's usually what happens. The bigger you are, the more above the law you think you can be, and so you start doing shit that you shouldn't. So you know, if I start playing Minecraft, I might text miners. I don't know. If I start playing games, I might. Oh, you're a carpenter. Yeah. Well, yes. Still, you need your thumbs to hold the screws and the nails and the wood and everything. Huh. Someone in Tech Twitch chat has courage. What do you mean? Ah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Pico, I know that. I know that. Remember, public service announcement again. A falling knife doesn't have a handle. A falling knife doesn't have a handle. If there is a knife that is starting to fall down, you move out. You don't try to catch it. No. So, yeah, don't do that. It was a carpet knife. Oh, the thing at the end, the thing that pull it on. Yeah. I think I know the shape of these. Yeah. Might have hurt. Probably have hurt on the moment or on the instant, and then it'd be good. Stony, TV is really not something that I know. So that's why it's really hard for me to do. I think I know what it is. I think I have that in mind. Just gonna. Yeah. 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 The thing that I have done, which is somewhere in my drafts, which I think is here. This is Amazon Prime iPad edition with most of the screen, if not all of the screens, um, with their content. And there are things that I don't. I don't think you're gonna have that. Uh, but I kind of kept it because the overall usage was pretty good, and then they changed the app, so now it's different and it's better. Um, but I do like it. Yeah, I'm more on the other side of things, but I know. I know. With the way that we have defined thing, I would go with this one as a default, which is basically the exact same thing as um, like yeah, the exact same thing as desktop, and then um, good. um, Denny, what type of videos do you have to record? Because yeah, are they just like usage recording, tutorial recording, um, explanation recordings? So just to create a GIF of the video. Atakan, hi, welcome on in. Interesting to see you on YouTube on the other side. I hope you're good. Rossalery, hi, welcome on in. It would be easy to publish on UI 8, not 9. But there has been some issues with creators and UI 8 not paying them. So I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, they're not a scam. It's just like some of the terms of services that they have are basically saying we reserve the right to remove your product at any time, which makes sense. But some of the things that happened were basically the creators at UI8 were working on the UI kit, and someone was publishing a UI kit that was doing similarly the same thing. So they basically removed or not promoted their UI kit as much as their own, which makes sense on the business standpoints, but with no real like explanation of why. So I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. And then yes, there is a better time than now, which is always going to be the same thing, but with the M4 chip having been like disclosed on the new iPad uh, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. We are expecting them to be updated or updating the newer Macs with a new chip this year. I know it's not right now, but that's the thing. And so if you wait a tad, the one that are M3 are going to be cheaper on other platforms, which are still good. Also, there is the Apple event on September 9th for the new iPhones, but they might disclose other things. We never know. But, you know, that. I used Gumroad in the past. It used to be pretty good, and then they had a change in the cut that they take to double almost what they were taking. So I moved from there to Lemon Squeezy, and now that Lemon Squeezy has been acquired by Stripe directly, they are starting to do shit. So, like, selling directly into Figma community is going to be the easiest thing right now, at least for me. What do you mean you can't access the UI kit anymore? From what you bought? Like the link that you have received, you can't access it? To be honest, I haven't logged in on Lemon Squeezy either in a while, so yeah. Eh. I see. I mean, yeah. I agree with 99% of the recommendations. The 1% that I still feel like is okay is this one. But I mean, not the infinite loop, just the process of opening the menu like this, because it pushes the content rather than overlapping the content, which I think is better, just based on what you said earlier. But yeah, entering in an infinite loop is never good anyways, so I get that. Again, if you still have a student ID, then I doubt it. You know, these exist. They're pretty good. Pretty good discount. When you have a card that says you have a student, that you are a student. I don't think infinite scroll on marketplace is a bad thing. I think it's a pretty good thing again, on a business standpoint. It makes more sense for me as a business to load you the next page and you just continue scrolling until you reach the end of the category in which you are. So if you are in like Amazon, there is no end of category. If you are like on Etsy, then it might be better to have like an infinite scroll until you reach the end of the product that are displayed. But right now, I think it's still pages. So it's a preference thing. To me, infinite scroll is not a bad thing unless there are things in the footer of the website that needs to be accessed. If that's the case, then pagination is what you need to do. But yeah, that's about it. What you mean? What you mean they don't? Ah, every time that just pump blood in my head and I have the headache starting again. So bad. Yeah, that's also true. Sorry, it's also true. Also Debshi, hi. Welcome in. Yes, of course. On the thing that you said here, sent here. Tell me. Denny, I know you want the Pro. I'm gonna say that again. These ones, same thing. Cheaper. Drink! As good. Welcome back. On the other side. Not that bigger though. In between the 15 and the 16, you don't really see the difference. In between the 14 and the 15, you don't really see the difference. And your back and your bank account will see the difference. Like if you just do the basics, like you should be good with these two. Yeah, almost 1 inch on diagonal. I will check that in a second. Let's say you wanted to go full out. Full out. Everything on the Air version, right? You wanted the full 24 gigs of RAM, 1 TB of disk, so that's all you need. Single regular thing or the more expensive one, I would use this one because it's kind of good and better. You take that's cool, whatever. No Final Cut, no Logic Pro, nothing. You end up with 2.5. Cool. It's the same screen. If I'm going into this one, with the M3 Pro, and I'm getting the entry level. Entry level. I have the entry level M3. Fine, cool, good with that. I'm not gonna pay $400 for like double the memory. That's not a thing. Though I kind of need 1 TB. Yes, and then the rest is the same. Do you want to pay 1K more for half an inch and potentially, that's debatable, um potentially, where's this bitch, where's that, the same, 15 hours on both? 18 instead of 22? Huh? Huh? Yeah, I they are the same computers. um they're the same CPUs. Like, I know that these ones are M3 and these one are M3 Pro, and that's your difference. Um, but sorry, I mean they're all Pro anyways. Um, I mean, you take whatever your bank account allows. I wouldn't. As I said, mine is the equivalent of this one. Um, and I had to. Um, don't do that. Yeah, yeah, it's really bad. For some reason, it is really bad. I saw something. 1 second. You sent something on design help. Flora, you tell me if you're here. Oh, dang. Um, I don't think it's announcement enough. You say announcement feature. I'm debating whether it should add one here. Notification bar as well. I think the announcement is not bad. I don't mind the announcements as a thing. Like, that's not, doesn't bother me. I just feel like it's not visible enough for something that is announced. So important updates should be like more visible, and again, based on the type of announcement that it is, the color scheme that would be used could be different. So something more or less like an accent color background could help. If it's something that is a warning, something like an orange or a red background could help for making the announcement important and visible and accessible from people. Because in the beginning, when I clicked on it from here, it took me like a good 10 seconds to find that announcement was there. Like, that wasn't where, also, obviously, I'm loading the image from Discord, so it's different. But Still, the fact that I had to look for that, because in the beginning I thought it was around here. So yeah, something a bit more bright would make sense. But other than that, pretty good. Um, there is a bit of a debate on designer communications, discussions about aligning the text with the content or aligning the card with the content, specifically on something like this. I could give you the align the content to the content and then make sure that the card is outside of the layout. That could help for breaking the layout and making sure that the user will notice it immediately because it's not in the main column, because it stands out. But I think color as a starting point is going to be enough. Don't make it too bright. I think this is automated, so it might not be. It might be like a Miss 6 issues where it didn't update yet. Atakan. Yeah, it might not have been updated unless you are with something else. I don't know. 1 second. Like these are gonna be way too bright for me, but I would kind of go something like this because I know that your main color is kind of red, like your accent color. So I would go with that, or that. Oh, cool. I'm still on the beta version, like version 1 pre-beta thing. I haven't downloaded the newer version anyways, so it's kind of bad. I'm not updated on anything. And Tazo UI as well, not updated. So yeah, something like this makes more sense to me. You're a mod? No. So yeah, sure, I would do that. I would do that. And let me go back to what is that thing? That. Sushi was a keychain, and when I checked where it was located, it was in the same country as mine, and I paid €2 per chain. When they came, it was in 2 spirit boxes. I checked the receipt. It said the shipping was $40 per chain. It came from Canada to Canada. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's kind of bad. that is the best answer you could have. Yes, 100%. 100%. You probably have seen if you are someone who have followed Work Louder, they have made like some videos because the creator is like a single person building a keyboard. One time, someone bought one keyboard, and it was like down the street from where they are, And so they just decided to deliver that in person. So I think they are Canadian as well. I love their keyboards. I hate it because I'm not someone who likes keyboards. Um, but I love the look of the keyboards themselves. I like the fact that this new one is just slim. It's still thicker than this bitch. Um, but you know, dang. I kind of like how it looks. And the new knobs, the cool hab is pretty fun. I don't see the points, but yeah. One day, when I have disposable income again. Lol. So yeah. Um, Danny, you buy whatever the fuck you want. And you're right in thinking that um, you're right in thinking that the overall um, performance in between the M3 and the M4 is going to be kind of light in upgrade. So I get it. But at the end of the day, it's incremental. The jump in between M1 and M2 was really small. M2 and M3 is really small. M3 and M4 is going to be kind of small as well, but the jump from N1 to M3 is kind of big. M1 to M4 is kind of big as well. And if you're coming from nothing, the jump from nothing to M something is going to be pretty good. So, you know, I, you know, no, that's not true, but I understand. um, what I would recommend you to do. What's your biggest retailer in Italy? Like the uh, electronic store things that you have? Because if that's the case, make sure that you don't buy your Mac from the Apple Store directly. Buy it from there. They usually have discounts going on. Not really online shops, but maybe online shops, yes. Um, like for me in France, it's La Fnac. Fnac is one of the biggest retailer for electronics and other things. And if I wanted to go into MacBooks, they do have sometimes discounts. Like this one have $200 off, 250, and not because it's like deficient or non-working tech. It's just that it has been on the shelf for a long time, and you can have a bit of a discount for them. So just take a look at that. That would be my recommendation. And then the thing that is kind of good as well is that if you get like a discount and they have a discount going on, um, you can then purchase like the Apple Care or something through the Mac directly, and it basically equates to as if you had bought it full price at the end of the year, but still like kind of less, if that makes sense. So Like these ones are refurbished, as far as I can tell, and they would be discounted. So, bitch. Italian and French are the same thing. Also, back to new is very uh, Italian. Yes. I can read Italian. I can understand Italian written. I can't understand Italian spoken, and I can't speak Italian. It's the same thing with Spanish. It's like, let's say you wanted to have this one 2.3. Kind of cheaper, and it's a refurbished option. The C. Si, no, ça va. It's fine. But after that, these are the things. I don't know if it exists. I mean, probably does, but Apple does have that as well. The refurbished section, and most of them are gonna be cheaper than if you bought them brand new. But you know, like that, yeah, which is exactly the link that you just sent. That yeah, use the regular refurbished option. I think that's also better than going through a retailer, but that way you have like the thing that might be a bit better, bigger, whatever, and they are available. So yeah, don't hesitate to do that. This one is a 16, which is, I think, is the one that you just sent in silver. You save $500. Eh. That's pretty good. Well, that makes, as again, that makes sense, since Para is a money-based thing where you can, I should remove that now that I have one, where you can just give me money. So it makes sense. Oh, you did change a lot of things. And mostly the theme. No. Ooh, ooh. Man, that transition is so cute. Yeah, sorry for the flashes. That's cute. I have one feedback on this if you are interested. I guess yes, but we never know. Just what that might be a me thing. I don't know, but yeah. The the only feedback that I have is this. I would do that. I would bump the size of everything um, to be 25% bigger than what you currently have. Welcome back, King. Because accessibility uh, makes sense. And then this, you may have seen a lot of these design. I had like a full video on it. My hand's broken. Interesting. Can I find one again? When I'm looking at things or looking for things, I can't find shit. I should just do that. uh, there. Sorry. These. There. I think you should probably have a bit of, yeah, a bit of that. I think you should have a bit of that on your resume, like just a tad of a bit of a rotation would make more sense. That's, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, these kind of make sense to me. But yeah, that being like the detail of 2024 most of the time, that makes sense. Might be a bit fast. Might be a bit fast. But yeah, I would I would do that. Same thing for the signature. Like I have never GK, hi, more funny. Like if you look at the signatures, they are never really straight, really flat, and most of them have a bit of a curve or a bit of an angle, or a bit of something that implies that the signature was made on the table and you were not exactly right on top of the page. So I would do that. Like have a bit. You see that this one is mostly straight, but overall it has like a bit of a slanted thing. So could change that here, change that there. So I want to redesign my resume, which type of I currently use Inter for everything, so yeah. I did a right thing. I mean, the right thing. I did a thing today. I passed my resume with ChatGPT to see what he could see, and he saw everything. So I think I'm fine. Um, but you could use just Geist or yeah, you could use Geist or Inter. I think both would work. GK, how is everything, by the way? How's the dog, the child, the wife, the job hunting, all that? When you can align it manually. There was I liked it like yesterday, this morning, something like this. There. Why not? Since you already have the transition on scroll, you could use something similar. Um, Looks pretty cool. Um, I mean, that sounds like a sad thing, GK. um, this is more than clip path. This is SVG font, so you could use that, but yeah, like SVG font animation. Um, I think that what the fuck? Why is this not copy pasting the links? Yeah, there. Sorry, took me a while. That's a good zoom. Good zoom. Good job. Um, so I just saw that. That's bad. That's so bad. But yeah, animography may have things in there that could be interesting for you if you wanted to have like these transitions for fonts and others. Like that. For no fucking reason. You know, could happen. Could be good. I see. Yeah, GK, that makes sense. I mean, I stopped thinking about it. I need to go back into thinking about it soon, but can this bitch stop doing that? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Sorry, the PC did something weird. Um, yeah, I need to go back into thinking about having a job. I hate it, but yeah. Either I win the lottery, and for this I would need to play, or I find a job. I don't know which one I want to do more. Uh, yes, it is. It is, or at least here, but also mostly in most places. Um, the more experience you have, the the least malleable you are. So in the head of most people, in the mind of most people, someone that is older in a job specifically will have a certain set of knowledge, and upgrading that knowledge is going to be complicated. So most people think that you will, if you are experienced enough, you are set in stone and you are not going to upgrade and evolve in your thinking, which kind of makes sense because it's a half true. Therefore, some sort of things make sense to not hire like an older generation person or an experienced person. But then also, depending on the company that you are applying to or the company that's looking for a designer or a creative person, they may be looking at things that are more experienced because they want someone that manage a team. Therefore, a senior person makes more sense. Or they want someone that is an executive. Therefore, a younger person that makes more sense. Again, going back to you, Denny, specifically, right now, you are in the hungry phase. You're in the phase where working 24 hours a day is okay. And so, on a business standpoint for a company, hiring someone that is willing to do the work of like three-person for the payoff half of one, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So yeah, entry level, mid level is easier because the pay difference is also like a thing. Most, like me, most experienced thing or most experienced people are expecting a level of salary that is at least at the level of the previous one. And if you climbed the ladder in the past, your level of salary is a specific expectation that is higher than an entry level or mid level person. So that's the thing. Like right now, the last salary that I had, if I'm going in Japan, I'm gonna get 50% of that maximum. So that's sad. It's a drastic pay cut. So, you know, it's just like money, currency differences, and job market. As GK said, location is great experience. I don't know exactly what you want to say with that, but depending on where you are, yes. $54. Ireland or Portugal? Before you give the number. Ireland or Portugal? Which one? Because that changes. Also, it's remote. Um, yeah, 54, I guess. 54 to 60 something, I think. For sales, I don't think, I mean, I don't know Ireland. Uh, I don't think you would be in the 20. I think it would be roughly doubled. And then also you have bonuses. Maybe I'm including bonuses in my 54. But it's 50. Yeah. No. 50 is fine, specifically in sales. Um, the the plan ah, the plan for entry level sales is for them to not sell. um, it's for them to pay the salary and do as much work as possible, but not close, so that they don't take the massive cut that the closer is doing. So if you have the skills to close on your first call with the person, then you will get more and more bonuses. And if you're good and you can get at least one sale per week, let's say one sale per week, right? And you get like a 5% cut or 2% cut or 10% cut, depending. Um, that could be massive. So, yeah, a lot of people in the sales departments are expecting nowadays a higher monthly salary, and because they don't want to sell as much as we used to. So, less bonuses, less cuts on the sales, but still higher salary in total. So that's the thing. Maybe. I don't know. There is one job posting that I've been seeing. Um, just this one. Take a look in a second. There's the lead product designer. I mean, all of these design relation for Restream, um, which is kind of sad, but nonetheless, um, I don't know if they display that here. I don't think they do. They are located in they are located in Dubai, I think, as far as I remember, or in Austria. I forgot where. Maybe, I mean, they have offices in multiple places. Um, let me see if that works. 1 second. I doubt it. Am I still logged in on this thing? Shit. I can't zoom in. I mean, I can. That's Restream product designer salary range that they advertise. I am personally fine with half of that. Like I would be okay with just 4K a month. I'd be fine. 6K a month would be good. 8K a month is great. 12K a month? I don't know. I don't know what to do with all that. And there is not much applications. I have applied to them once and I have never heard back. Um, and that job posting has been up since I was in Japan. So it's been at least a year that I've seen that. Um, Probably. Yeah, that's probably it. But you know, I think this is one of the hook job posting that they do, where they want to show to the internal team that they are hiring to ensure that the company is still growing, and from the external point of view, they are hiring so the company is still growing, so that the views of the VCs and all that is still good. So I think, yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe they are like they know. That's my brain just made a connection. It's so sad. Um, Maybe they know that the people that they get don't stay as long, so they keep the posting up because the company is shit. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I know Canadians and Canada and US is also a weird thing. Um, like I'm not. It looks big, but it's in dollars, and the way that you have to pay things like your rent, your food, your car because you need a car, all of these things go into the budget of creating the salaries, and so 100K salary in in the US is almost, as GK just said, like basically a 50K in Europe, or in Europe, in France. um, and so, yeah, like for me in Japan, I would be paid 8 million, but it's in yen. So, since I've been in other countries uh, that have different currencies, like the number kind of makes no sense, specifically in Japan, when I would be paid 8 million, 8 to 14 million per year. Like, yeah, it sounds big, but it's in yen. So, uh, debatable. And then when you do the conversion between, like, I don't know, the pounds or the dollar or the euros, and it's not that much. So, numbers are just weird. 8 million is okay, like you live comfortably. Most people in Japan right now are paid like 3 million, 3 to 4 millions per year, which is 20K, 24K a year in euros, which is not much. But, you know, yeah, Atakan also. It's a bit interesting. It's a bit fast, specifically when you come from the bottom. and your off animation is a bit fast for me. So I would kind of reduce the speed of all of your animations. I feel like that's gonna be an easier thing. Oh, it's 500. A good bowl for ramen. There's 500-ish. Like the one that I had. God damn it. Is it on this street? I forgot. Nope. This is my walk almost every day, so I kind of forgot where things were. This is that teeny tiny street right there. That's the yoga class. Can I go there? I might be able to. Oh, for fuck's sake. Shit. I feel like I'm running in circles. Do we have the prices? Shit. God damn. It's, I mean, it's not the vending machine. It's the shop that is behind that I kind of want to access. I can't. I can't. Why did I click on that? Anyways, I was about to say, I don't think they have like a menu or something. Well, they kind of don't. They have the full menu for 5K, which is a bit expensive. But yeah, for lunch. Anyways. This one was kind of good. There was another one right there. And then the other one that I used to go to is... there, I mean, technically it's this one. These ones were having... They don't have a fucking website again. Can Japan not have like a... Yeah, thank you. Not that. But they used to have outside bento boxes that you had access to, and these ones were costing 500 yen, 600 yen tops, which were really good. And if you go further out, on the big streets here, this is going to be kind of complicated. But sometimes on that street right there, that kind of place here, there is like a teeny tiny uh, rolling cart woman with bento boxes for like 200 yen. Um, and yeah, you can't, you can't really compete with a 200 yen bento that has like rice, meat, veggies, a soup. I was watching Ikichan video some days ago, and she was going into like a different part of town, and she's using, or not using, but like paying um, one of these shops. It's a very tiny bento overall, very simple, but that was I forgot, 170. I think. They have you soup, your regular thing, some fish, some veggies, 170 yen. That's kind of crazy overall. But also, she is in one of in that specific video, she is in one of the places in Tokyo that is close to the, how's it called? The Sky Tree. And it's not that clean. It's not, Japan is clean everywhere, which I think is pretty good to showcase. Um, yeah. Me too. That's why I'm broke now. But yeah, that whole video was pretty good as well. But yeah, there is like plenty of options to get like cheap food. Overall cheap, I think. Anyways. Anyways. Am I sending you to Pokimane? No. Am I sending you to Nutty? Maybe? Kale's still live. That's crazy. Probably gonna be live for a bit. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know if it's gonna continue, but we're gonna go there. I'm gonna send you there, and we're gonna see if it's gonna be live for longer. I don't know. Anyways, as always, thanks a lot for being here. I appreciate you. The VOD is gonna be on YouTube. If you're not watching from YouTube, that makes sense. You can join the Discord if I'm not live. Next week, it's gonna be weird. We're gonna see. Stalk me online. Follow these things. There is these buttons, things that don't work, and I said a lot of things. As always, if you want to give me money, you can sub to the channel, but that's not necessary. Whether you get something in return, other than emotes, obviously. I just checked. Had to kind of I just checked. It's still 10 fast for me, and it has like this zone that I don't. That is kind of bad. So yeah, make sure that the thing is underneath. It's gonna be better. Anyways, I'm running out of time. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. eat something, drink something, go to sleep, be kind to each other, and I'll see you Monday, maybe?